On this edition of Lexington Now, Lex 250, affordable housing, and Lexington's new junior fire chief. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of October 14th, 2024. The plans for Lexington's biggest celebration in 250 years have been unveiled. Mayor Gorton announced the year-long anniversary celebration plans this past week.
We have a lot of history to celebrate in 2025. The 250 Lex Commission has all kinds of events planned. Most are free. All are open to the public. And in a few minutes, Eunice Beatty is going to tell us more about some of those plans. In addition to our city, several of our city's major institutions are also marking major anniversaries in 2025 that will give us even more to celebrate. Transylvania University. Oh, I saw President Lewis here. Where are you? Okay, President Lewis, Transylvania next year is celebrating its 245th anniversary. Woohoo! And the University of Kentucky will be 160 years old. The Red Mile will celebrate its 150th year, and Memorial Coliseum will turn 75. Our public library will be 120 years old. Millward Funeral Directors will be 200. And historic Pleasant Green Missionary Baptist Church, the fourth oldest African American Baptist church in the United States, will be 235. As you can see, history is all around us.
We looked in 1975 when Lexington celebrated its 200th anniversary. The celebration lasted 4 days and featured banquets, afternoon teas, and a horse race down Vine Street. Needless to say, we're going to do things a little bit different. If you look behind you and see that we're going from January through December, it's time to get ready for a full year unlike any in our history.
Let's check out for a few minutes what our 250 Lex Commission and our co-chairs have been planning for the very near future. So for our 2025 birthday year, we were started by planning and selecting themes for the various months. And so as we selected those themes for the months, we also knew, and we wanted you to know, that even though we've selected those themes and brands for each month, all of those will be traveling all throughout every month of the year. So in January, we'll celebrate wellness. In February, we'll focus on health. March, education. April, music and the written word. May, diversity. June is coming home month. So start now inviting all of your family and friends and associates to come home to Lexington during June. July is culinary. August will be a focus on business. September, sports. October, our equine community. November is arts, and we'll end with December with a recap and a look into our future. And of course, all of the themes, again, will be throughout the entire year. For example, culinary is not only July. We will eat our way through next year.
As you heard, a key highlight of the year-long celebration is Come Home Month in June of 2025, which is dedicated to welcoming past residents, alumni, and our friends back to town. This special month will feature unique events and gatherings designed to reconnect folks with the people, places, and the memories that make our city so special. Lexington was recently recognized as one of the top 5 small cities to visit in the U.S. by Condé Nast Traveler. Right? Thank you. This prestigious accolade underscores Lexington's growing reputation as a must-see destination, and the 250th celebration will only add to our city's allure, giving newcomers a perfect reason to come visit us in 2025. This year-long celebration is absolutely expected to boost our tourism economy as well as our local economy. With signature events and festivities planned all year long, the influx of visitors will support our hospitality industry businesses and partners, and we know that our guests have a lot to enjoy at our local restaurants, shops, attractions, hotels, and venues.
A new affordable housing triplex has been opened in Lexington. This is just the first in what developers hope to be many such units.
So Gleanings Housing actually came out of an experience at a dinner church that was held at the Lyric Theater in 2019. There were a group of us that really came to realize people are struggling with housing, especially those on fixed incomes. And we sat around trying to figure out what to do and realized it's actually going to take a community. It's going to take a group of people working together to be able to house those individuals with very limited income. And that's how Gleanings came to be. We decided that we began with a mission. We're creating a community of people to develop affordable housing so that those in need may thrive. In March of 2022, we broke ground for this triplex. Working with the understanding that it had to be debt-free, we followed a pay-as-you-go philosophy. So a community of people built this triplex. The efforts of those people who have joined Gleanings Housing Community, all of the people who have generously given their time, our wonderful donors that gave just when this was a seed of an idea, and the companies that have so graciously given funds, supplies, and actually labor. I will tell you, our professionals for HVAC, plumbing, and electric have all donated their labor because we couldn't have done it without them. Also partnering with us has been our Department of Social Services Commissioner giving us the grant that was called the Nonprofit Capital Project Grants Program that helped to pay for the parking lot, the sidewalks, all of our appliances, which is an absolute blessing. Thank you so much. And what's going to come out of this are 3 housing units. Doesn't sound like a lot, but these 3 housing units are targeting the very low income. And what we're going to charge them in rent is 30% of their income. That's all they're going to need to pay. 30%. That's the goal of Gleanings. We exist to help serve and provide housing for the lowest incomes in Lexington. And we need to partner with other individuals and organizations to do it. We need a community. We want to thank the community that has already surrounded us. We're actually going to ask more people to join. We want to build more units. We want to do a 1-bedroom duplex. We want to do cottage court communities. We want to provide thousands of units because that's what is needed. But we want to celebrate the first one we did.
Today we're celebrating the opening of a new affordable housing triplex, as you heard from Laura. Affordable housing is definitely a pressing need in our city, and this development will provide housing for 3 families in the lowest income bracket. Gleanings Housing is a great organization that's helping work one development at a time to provide housing for those most in need of a place to live. Our affordable housing developments take many different forms, and we need all kinds. Some are huge multi-unit unit developments, others are rehabilitations of existing structures. They target different income levels, and the Gleanings Triplex is a small infill project that will really be important to 3 families who will call it home. We all understand the importance of affordable housing in Lexington, and a safe place to call home helps build strong residents and increase their ability for stability. The city's a proud partner on this development. Gleanings was awarded over $34,000 from that nonprofit capital grant that Laura mentioned for the McGolfin Street Triplex hardscape project. This funding was used for replacement of the driveway, tree removal, fencing, a sidewalk, steps, and more, including payment for the materials and labor needed to complete the project. In addition, Gleanings was awarded over $16,000 for appliances for this and another development, and this helped provide beautiful stackable washers and dryers, refrigerators, stoves, and microwaves for each home. The development of affordable housing is truly a labor of love, and that's especially true for this project. Gleanings, as you heard from Laura, has a community of volunteers, both skilled and unskilled, to help these developments to decrease the cost of construction. We all know the affordable housing challenge is growing, and we must continue to work together to best meet the demands for the future. Since 2014, our city's Affordable Housing Fund has invested $48.3 million in the construction and/or preservation of 3,500 affordable apartments and houses. The $48.3 million investment has leveraged another $440 million from private and other public resources. Laura, I want to congratulate you, your board, your volunteers, everybody who's been involved. This is a wonderful project, and congratulations to everyone.
1, 2, 3, let's do it.
Lexington's new junior fire chief when we come back.
Hello everyone, I'm Tiffany Brown, Equity and Implementation Officer in the Mayor's Office and Chair of the A Sense of Place Committee. I'm here today to talk about A Sense of Place, an initiative dedicated to preserving the history of Lexington's rural Black hamlets and celebrating those that remain active today. More than 20 historic Black hamlets have been identified in Fayette County. Most are located in rural areas. Our historic hamlets have been and are home to generations of lived experiences, traditions, and culture. Houses, churches, schools, grocery stores, agricultural enterprises, and lodge halls for community gatherings were found in many hamlets. A Sense of Place is a partnership between community members with direct connection to our hamlets and the city of Lexington. Its goal is to raise awareness about what the hamlets represent and to identify steps that are needed to take to preserve their history. The A Sense of Place committee includes local historian Yvonne Giles, local historian Calvin Graves, Executive Director of the Lexington History Museum Mandy Higgins, Cadentown resident Dr. Alvin Seals, Cadentown Baptist Church pastor Reverend Leon Slatter, and others. With support from members of the Cadentown community, A Sense of Place is currently raising funds for maintenance updates and programming of the Cadentown Rosenwald School and property located at 705 Caden Lane. In the early 2000s, members of the Cadentown community worked with the city to preserve the school. In the early 20th century, Rosenwald schools were found across the South, serving rural Black children and families during segregation. Many of the buildings have been destroyed. Lexington is proud that the Cadentown School still stands and wants to preserve the history and significance that so many of these schools have had in our hamlet communities. The funds will complete the restoration of the school and upgrade the historic cemetery and church building. The school will permanently house artifacts that tell the story of Lexington's hamlet. We hope you will join us.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Lexington's new junior fire chief was introduced in the kickoff to Fire Safety Week. Here's more.
I want to thank, first of all of our fifth graders who participated in this and submitted entries. That when you all were bringing them into the office and seeing all of the hard work and efforts, I know it was a very difficult decision for people to make of who to choose for this honor here, and I am just very proud of our VPE Patriots for all your hard work.
This is always a very exciting day for us, and it's an exciting day for me in particular because now I have somebody I can share some work with. The Junior Fire Chief program here in Lexington was developed as a way to teach children about fire safety. As firefighters, we know the importance of teaching children about fire safety and what to do in the event of a fire. We also know that if we can reach the children, oftentimes we can reach their parents, their siblings, and their friends. This year's fire prevention theme is smoke alarms. Make them work for you, highlighting the critical importance of having working smoke alarms in every single residence. Owen put together an outstanding poster and essay which highlights this important message and really stood out to us. While fire does and can affect people of all ages, children are often our most vulnerable. Often our junior fire chief can reach fellow students better than we can, and we look forward to working with Owen over the next few weeks to spread this very important message. Lexington firefighters are involved in our community in many different ways, and we're excited to share some of those experiences with Owen. He'll serve as a dignitary on behalf of the Lexington Fire Department. He'll tour local businesses and landmarks. He'll be interviewed by the media, attend council meetings with me, our council, and Mayor Gorton. And because we want to ensure that Owen gets the full firefighter experience, we'll have lots of good meals along the way. Owen will also be able to share his message of fire safety with a wide audience. The best part of being a firefighter is being able to share what we love with those in the community. We appreciate Fayette County Public Schools and Veterans Park Elementary for partnering with us to teach these very important lessons.
So at this time, Chief Wells is going to actually take his badge and pin it on to Chief Owen Ives because Chief is now in charge. And he's been in charge of all of about 10 to 15 seconds, and he's got me up here reading his essay for him. So it was smoke alarms, make them work for you. And Owen's was incredible, and I'm just going to read a small portion of it. It says, how do they work? One major question most people don't know the answer to is how do they work? Well, smoke is made up of tiny particles or bits. Most smoke alarms have tiny lights inside of them, and if the smoke particles get in the way of the lights, the alarm is activated. That's not all, though. There is another type of smoke alarm that uses chemicals, which give out an electrical charge. Smoke particles inside of the detector change the amount and type of electrical charge, and this sets off the smoke alarm, making a loud beeping noise to alert those nearby of the danger. Then he had some facts on the back that I thought were pretty interesting. It says from 2018 to 2022, 59% of home fire deaths were in properties with no working smoke alarms, or smoke alarms that just didn't work. So one of his messages this week is hopefully he can get out to his classmates, and not only classmates, but to also everybody in Fayette County, is how important it is to have working smoke alarms.
And congratulations to Chief Ives. On behalf of the Lexington Fire Department, I'd like to thank Ms. Dabney and all the students who submitted their entries this year.
Lexington Parks and Recreation is launching a pilot program for an action track chair. This will allow for more inclusive access to unpaved trails and natural area parks this coming spring.
Mayor Gorton could not be with us today, but I do want to share her support of the project. Her statement says, accessibility is one of our top priorities for our city and our park system. While we are constantly making strides to make facilities and green spaces more accessible, there has always been a challenge with unpaved nature trails. Launching this program allows more people to be able to experience nature and its many benefits. The 2018 Parks Master Plan set forth goals to create great spaces, experiences, and inclusion. Today, we're launching the pilot program for the Action Track Chair. All park visitors, as Councilmember Baxter mentioned, will have access to parks and parks programming that occurs along our trails, including owl prowls, bird walks, and other nature programming throughout our system. Accessibility is paramount to everything that we do. Our therapeutic recreation program focuses on enhancing the quality of life for individuals with disabilities through inclusive activities. The Action Track Chair will provide yet another resource for our expansive program. Throughout our parks, from paved ADA trails, such as the recently added Discovery Trail at Raven Run Nature Sanctuary, to paved portions of dog parks and playgrounds with accessible features, we want to make sure our parks are welcoming for everyone. Our parks team, many of which are with us today, are dedicated to bringing more programs and recreational opportunities for all ages to your parks. They are the backbone of a successful Parks and Recreation division, ensuring our parks are clean, safe, designed, and programmed for everyone.
The Family Care Center is celebrating 35 years of enriching the lives of families and children in Lexington. Mayor Gorton marked the occasion with a proclamation.
For 35 years, the Family Care Center has served young families in Lexington, providing wraparound services for them to achieve greater stability and resilience in their lives. And I first want to congratulate Sheila Horton-Holt and everyone at the Family Care Center, whether you're a current employee, a former employee, or you know and love the Family Care Center. So at this time, I want to issue a proclamation, and I'll ask Sheila to come forward to receive it. And here's how it goes. Come a little close. Whereas the Family Care Center has served Lexington's young families for 35 years, helping them achieve greater stability and resilience. And whereas the Family Care Center's early child care education program, which serves children up to the age of 5, who are among the most vulnerable members of our community, has received a 5-star ranking from Kentucky Health and Family Services, one of only 11 such rankings in Lexington and 39 in the state of Kentucky. And whereas the Family Care Center's parent education program has helped more than 650 young mothers graduate from high school at a time when teen pregnancy is a leading cause of dropping out. And whereas the Family Service Coordination Program helps families become more independent and stable through case management. And whereas Lexington's Health Access Nurturing Developing Services, HANDS program, provides home visitation to new and expectant parents. And whereas we thank the staffs of the Family Care Center and the Department of Social Services for their unwavering dedication to our young families, now therefore I, Linda Gordon, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby declare October 9, 2024, Family Care Center Day in Lexington. Thank you.
We've got lots of live meeting coverage coming up on Lex TV and streaming online this week. And remember, you can find the most accurate and up-to-date information on non-televised city business at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's meeting coverage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on X at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on LexingtonUKY.com. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it.